If you're considering a Wise business account, you need to watch this review first. On the surface, it looks like the ultimate solution for global business banking, promising to slash your international fees and simplify everything. But after months of thorough real-world testing, I found some incredible features that can supercharge your business finances, and a few potential hurdles that could be a huge mistake if you're not prepared. But before we get into all of that, let's be crystal clear about one thing right now. Who is the Wise business account actually for? The truth is, the Wise business account is not built for everyone. It has a single target user in mind, the freelancer, business owner, or global startup that regularly deals with international payments. It's for the business that's tired of the high fees and slow speeds of a traditional bank. Think about the freelancer who has clients in the US and Europe and maybe in Asia and Africa, the e-commerce store that buys inventory from China and from Indonesia, or from the online seller who needs to get paid from platforms like Amazon and Stripe without losing a chunk to conversion fees. They've built their entire service around making international business banking transparent and affordable. Unlike traditional banks that hit you with hidden exchange rate markups, Wise uses real mid-market rates. They show you the fee up front every single time so you know exactly what you're paying. And most tellingly, they give you local bank details in multiple currencies like USD, EUR, and GBP. This means your international clients can pay you as if they were paying a local business, which dramatically simplifies everything and makes you look much more professional. But don't just take my word for it. When you look at Wise business account reviews and user experiences, the story becomes even clearer. Take this one business owner, for example. He said that he'd been stonewalled for nearly 6 weeks trying to open a UK business bank account with all of the red tape going on. He called Wise the fastest and simplest business bank account application that he had been through. For disruptors who want simple banking solutions, he said Wise is the way to go. I also came across this Wise business review from a user who said he was wary of using a non-traditional bank. He had to register his bank in different jurisdictions while relocating due to family reasons, and he said that Wise kept him operational the entire time. He highlighted their ability to transact in multiple currencies as a game changer for his international client base and for moving around. Now, when you compare Wise business bank accounts with like a competitor such as Payoneer, the difference in their core value becomes more clear. Payoneer is a solid option, but Wise often has the edge with lower, more transparent fees and a cleaner, easier to use platform. Unlike some competitors, Wise offers zero fee transfers on amounts up to £500, which is specifically designed for the growing business that needs to keep costs down. So for anyone sending a smaller amount of money hither and thither, it'll be much cheaper. Now, during my deep dive into Wise business accounts, after I signed up for one and after I was doing some research, I came across a revealing thread on Reddit that perfectly highlights who this is for. A business owner in Germany was asking about the downsides of using a Wise business account as his main account. He had customers in the US and was considering it for the multi-currency features and a debit card. Another user who had a UK Wise business account for over a year gave a telling response. He stated that he had no issues at all making card payments and transfers to the EU, China, and the US. He syncs it up with his accounting software and has set up direct debits with Amazon and Stripe without any problems. When another Redditor asked him about hidden fees and any kind of problems there, he was clear that there are no hidden fees, and he highlighted that wherever there are fees, they're listed before the transactions, but they're still low. So I think that tells you everything. If you are a business or an individual or you're a freelancer and you really value transparency and low costs and the flexibility to operate globally without the hassle of a traditional bank, Wise is in a league of its own. It's built for the business owner who sees their banking not as a necessary evil, but as a strategic advantage with all that extra simplicity and the ability to send internationally with low and transparent costs. Okay, so now that you know who the Wise business account is for, let's get into the actual specific Wise business account features that make it so powerful. The first thing that hooked me was the sheer simplicity of getting local account details. This is a killer feature. It just speeds things up a lot. You can get your local bank account numbers for the US, UK, Eurozone, Australia, and more, all from a single dashboard, so you can actually get paid by clients and in marketplaces like Amazon and Stripe as if you had a local business presence in those countries, and often for free, because sometimes you need to have someone who's in that country to receive money to be able to transfer it to you, but this acts as that intermediary. But receiving money is one thing, right? Spending and managing it is entirely another. And that's where the Wise Business debit card comes in handy. So this isn't just any normal debit card. Like you can actually earn, 0.5% cash back on all your eligible spending. So it's a debit card that also kind of acts like a credit card, but doesn't take your credit into account. And you can also order expense cards for your team if you have a larger team for just a few pounds or dollars each, setting individual spending limits and tracking everything in real time and doing a bunch of other things with each card or each account. It really gives you more options, but it turns expense management from a headache into something that you barely even have to think about. One of the biggest reasons businesses choose Wise is the ease of using all of the tools, especially of managing invoices and bills. This is a game changer for businesses who use these features because the platform lets you create and send professional invoices all for free directly from your account. Your clients don't even need to have a Wise account to pay you. They can just use a bank transfer or a card, but Wise basically allows that to happen through them. I found this incredibly useful for actually keeping all of my client payments organized in one place because occasionally I'll send out 3 random invoices through email and then another through Wise and then another through PayPal or whatever. But I can just transfer all of that to Wise and have all of my client payments organized in a single place. For those who like to keep all of their books in order, and let's be honest, every serious business owner should keep their books in order and make sure that they know all of the numbers, the accounting integrations are a beast. You can sync your Wise account seamlessly with QuickBooks, Xero, and a bunch of other major software in the space, and every transaction in over 40 currencies automatically just feeds into your books. It saves you countless hours of manual data entry. I came across this review from a freelancer who raved about the reliability and how he was using it. He said that his payments arrive like clockwork every month, which is crucial for managing his cash flow. He called Wise an absolutely essential business tool for anyone dealing with regular international payments. Now, if you have a lot of people to pay, like if you have to send out multiple payments at a time, the batch payment feature is where Wise really earns its name and is a wise decision. You can pay up to 1,000 people, employees, freelancers, suppliers, all over the world with just one upload of a spreadsheet. I tested this with a small batch of simulated payments, and the time it can actually save would be massive compared to making dozens of individual transfers. So if you have 10, 20, 40, 500 different people you have to send money to, this can save you a lot of time. And let's not forget the ability to earn interest. Eligible US-based businesses can earn around 3.6% APY on their USD balances right now, with the security of up to $250,000 in FDIC insurance through their partner banks. So it's all secure, it's all safe. I think the APY changes, it's variable. Right now it's 3.6, I believe it was 4%. I might go back up, but this is a feature that you typically only get with much larger corporate banking structures. And this brings us to a critical point: how Wise actually keeps your money safe. So unlike banks that lend out your deposits and just keeps a number in your account, Wise safeguards actual client funds by holding them in cash or secure liquid assets. They don't gamble with your money. They don't lend it out. During my deep dive into Wise business accounts, I came across the review of this user who stated that Wise is easy to use, reliable, and above all, secure. So for a business, knowing your operational funds are secure and readily available at any time provides incredible peace of mind. But of course, no platform is perfect, right? And Wise is not an exception to that. There are a few things you should be aware of. In my deep dive into user reviews, I came across this feedback from a user who loved Wise but complained that transfer times could be a bit unpredictable. He said that one transaction could be sent in 2 minutes, while another to take 3 to 4 days, even if it's the same account. So that can be frustrating, especially if you need a payment to arrive by a specific date and you can't say, yeah, it'll be there in 2 days or 1 day when you don't know if it'll be 3 days or maybe 5 minutes. So in my experience testing it, the vast majority of my transfers were really fast, often within hours. The occasional delay seems to be related to additional security checks on larger or less routine payments, which, when you think about it, is there to protect your money, or it could just be because there's an increase in global transfers and it is your Wi-Fi and it just takes some time. But is that a deal breaker for me? No, I really only ever need money transferred within a few hours to within a couple days, and I have not had anything go longer than that. So while an unpredictable delay is a bit annoying, it's not the core experience there. The platform's overall transparency, the low costs, and the feature set itself are what most business owners actually care about, and that's where Wise consistently gets high marks. And when it comes to cost, Wise's pricing is actually really competitive, especially for international businesses. They're famously transparent, so you can always see the fee before you confirm a transaction, and most of them are really low. There is a small one-time fee to get your local account details in various currencies, but receiving payments into those accounts is often free. Whenever you're ready to convert or send money, they have a commission rate that is often one of the best in the industry, using the real exchange rate with no hidden markups. If you want to see the most current Wise Business account pricing, any active promotions, and their latest fee structure, make sure to check the link in the description of this video. We do try to keep it updated so that you can get the best possible deal. So, what is my final verdict in this Wise Business account review? Well, if you're a freelancer like me, you're a small business owner, or you're anyone running an international operation even, and you have clients in many different countries, and maybe you're frustrated with the higher fees and the slow processes of traditional banking, then I think the Wise Business account is absolutely a smart move, and you should check it out. So if you're ready to see if it's the right fit for your business, and if you just want to try it out, click the link in the description of this video to get started.